Hey guys. So, welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining, hello, hello. Thank you for finding me. If it's not your first time joining, thank you for coming back. you guys. So, we have a bit of a solar issue going on. A bit of a solar issue. We have solar storms occurring, just a bunch of sun-based fluffery. Sun-based fluffery. I had asked the collective energy, what is this reading going to be about? Yeah. It's about to get crazy. It's about to get crazy. It's okay. It's okay. So this is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, also for your cross watchers. This is a general reading. Don't get on my ass about it doesn't fit you fully or it doesn't resonate. If that's the case, keep it moving. Just keep it moving. Let me just get a little good stuff. Just, some good stuff flowing. Good stuff. Okay. So I don't know if you guys know, I kind of was traveling for a little bit and someone was burning sage, and one of my companions during the trip pointed out that they weren't backfilling, meaning they were burning sage, and sage clears everything, good, bad, everything. It clears everything. And you have to fill that with something. So what Palo Santo does, and why I burn Palo Santo instead of sage, is that Palo Santo leaves the good jujus, okay? It's only the yucky jujus that Palo Santo drives out. So that's why I burn Palo. Hold on, guys. Don't want to burn my house down. Oh my God. Something just popped in my head about sage. Anyways, so solar storms. I believe the 27th and the 28th, we're going to be bombarded with solar energies. I don't know if y'all are starting to feel it. My mind has been all over the place. I finally got home with sick children. And so I don't know if it's that or if it's the energies, but we're going to get started because shit's about to pop off. It's about to pop off and we need to be ready. We need to be ready. So let me I don't know where to put my water. All right. We need to be ready is what it is. Whew. All right, guys, say a little prayer, do a little dance. We're getting down tonight. So Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We're trying to find out what the hell is going to go on so we can be ready. Hopefully avoid some stuff. Pisces is very good at avoidance. I'm just saying, maybe we can utilize our avoidance skills to avoid whatever this is. Oh, damn. Okay, this is good stuff. Kind of, sort of. And then I'm told to, I got some new decks too. I got new decks. I got new friends, crystal friends. Let me just... Interesting, this pops up. Very solar. All right, so our first card, I think this is kind of telling us where we're at right now. Many of us have been in a state of evolution, ascension, and that can be a really messy process. That's okay. Oh, that's something in that. That is definitely something. Ooh, it made me make weird ass sounds. Anyways, first card number 26, relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. So right now, it's almost as though we're cocooning ourselves. Pisces, this is perfectly okay. It is okay for you to go ahead and begin cocooning yourself temporarily. What this does, this pulls all your energy back to you. You're so mother fluffing guilty. Don't try and say you're not. You're guilty of continuing to try and make other people into projects. I know this because I do it too. So we're pulling back the energy. Okay. I don't know if maybe for some of you, you kind of felt like, oh, well, this person doesn't even appreciate me, or I'm being used, or whatever. Whatever it is, you've been triggered and you're pulling your energy back. And this is not a time for you to begin thinking that you're being selfish. This is very, very necessary right now. Yes, ghosted. We're like ghost fish. There is this song okay, let me not get off track. This is what we need to do. That energy back to us, concentrate it around our core and shield ourselves, okay? And this card came up with it. Temple of Black Obsidian, the dark healing chamber. Our core, we have a lot of darkness, Pisces. You know, let's really be honest here. We're really good at hiding it, okay? We as a collective energy, the Piscean energy, are very, very good at hiding the dark aspects. I don't know, maybe I'm biased because I am a Pisces. I'd say that if we're being really honest, we're darker than Scorpio. Let that sink in. We're darker than motherfucking Scorpio. But we are just so flirty and like, oh, stop. I just want to love on you. And people don't recognize the darkness that's really inside us. Darkness doesn't mean evil, okay? It doesn't mean evil at all. Because we can get evil if we really want to, if we're really pushed to, but we prefer like being, very accommodating and sweet. Don't push it though, okay? Don't push it with the Pisces. Once the Pisces has gone quiet, leave them alone because they're gonna fuck your shit up if you keep pushing them. So Pisces, Temple of Black Obsidian. This is a call for you to re-enter your core, pull your energy back to you, allow yourself to just marinate in that dark juju of yours, not anyone else's. Your own dark juju. This is your shadow self. You're being asked to really sit quietly in your shadow aspects. What I learned personally, we are so afraid and so ashamed of our shadow. We don't want anyone else to see these things. We want to be seen a certain way, and the shadow doesn't fit that image that we're trying to project. And so it becomes something we avoid. And again, Pisces is amazing with avoidance. I know this for a fact. And so now you're not only are you being asked to face your shadow, you're being told you will be sitting in it for a little bit. Okay. And this is a very healing chamber to exist within. There's going to be a lot of stillness. You might feel like a hermit. You might feel as though you're cutting people off and you're being mean and all of just tell yourself, shut up. We're sitting in the dark chamber, no talking in the chamber. It's like that. What was that one song? No boom boom in the champagne room. But it's not a champagne room. It's a dark chamber made of obsidian. Okay. So you're going to sit there. You're going to allow all of these dark juices to begin entering you. And this is, again, not evil, okay? These are your shadow aspects. Your most powerful aspects are contained, hidden in this shadow. This is you reclaiming more of your birthright. This is you allowing yourself to level up, to become even more powerful. And does this have anything to do with anyone else? Absolutely not. Okay, for y'all fuckers who keep giving a thumbs down because I'm trying to empower Pisces, single finger salute. I don't give a fuck because Pisces needs to know they have every right to reclaim their sovereign power. Has nothing to do with making anyone else feel inferior. Just because I say I'm powerful does not mean I'm saying you're weak. Put my guns away. Pisces, remember that. Don't be ashamed. Don't be embarrassed. Don't feel like you're trampling on someone else just because you are acknowledging who you are. There's a huge difference between acknowledging who you are and talking shit about someone else. Huge difference. Huge difference, okay? And anyone who tries to convince you that you're being an asshole or conceited or full of yourself because you're recognizing your worth, I don't know, maybe they can't see clearly. They need to wipe their eyes. Just go like that to them. Just let me wipe your eyes for you. Fuck out of here with that. Card number 16, what you want wants you. So again, what is the hair? Power. Look at Samson. Look at all of these other, cultures that believe the hair should not be cut, because when you cut the hair, you cut your power. This is your power rising up. And look at that. Woven into your personal power are pearls of wisdom. Pisces, we're coming up in life. I'm just saying. But we got to keep the scales balanced, okay? Scales of balance. Ancient Tantra of the soul. Ooh, maybe there is some boom boom in the obsidian room. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. She looks like she'd serve you up a boom boom if you don't behave in the obsidian room. So keep balance, okay? Again, a lot of us, for some reason, have such a huge problem with just admitting that we're amazing. We're amazing. I hate to tell you this, we're amazing, okay? That's why so many other people keep trying to convince you that you have to fit in this little fishbowl and shrink yourself because your amazingness somehow makes them feel inferior. That's not your problem. That's their problem. If they'd stay in their own fucking lane and stop fixating on you and your growth, they'd grow themselves. You know what I'm saying? So that's off her. Ooh, what's up? So you have messages, royal, divine messages coming in through the third eye. You have all of this beautiful, beautiful energy coming in. You have to begin processing this, okay? These are galactic downloads. Light codes coming in, riding on those solar storms. You're going to have to begin speaking, okay, Pisces? No more of that superficial shit where you're just trying to, be nice to everyone. Start letting people know how smart you are. Let some of that out. Because that's another thing with Pisces. We have a tendency to be a little bit shy about letting people know exactly how intelligent we are. No more of that. That needs to stop. You have to begin using your throat chakra to spread a lot of good juju. A lot, a lot, a lot. Now, if you don't, you see her beautiful necklace? Those are actually shackles. Okay, don't shackle yourself. No more imprisoning the voice that you were gifted with to share truths from soul. We are very, very intuitive and divinely guided because of this. Okay, let that sink in. You are the person that was put in someone else's path to give them the messages of their soul. How are they going to get the messages if you keep muting yourself? Stop muting yourself, okay? Have a big, bold vision. Allow these messages to come in uninterrupted, unadulterated, meaning you're not going to try and interpret it. Just give it as it is, okay? Just give it as it is. Let them decide how they're going to receive it, what they're going to do with it. Just give the message as it is and receive your message as it is. Stop trying to convince yourself that you're making this shit up. Yeah, I'm talking to myself at this point. Stop trying to convince yourself. Okay, the brother in darkness, overcoming negative energy with feminine power. See what I'm saying? Oh my God, wait, what is that? Is that like a donkey face? I have never seen, what is that? I think that's a donkey face. I don't know. I don't know what that is. That's not Anubis. I mean, unless he grew something on his chin. I don't know. I don't know. But the brother in darkness. So you're going to overcome negative energy with feminine power. What do moms like to tell their kids to do? mothers who practice like attachment parenting, very gentle type of parenting. Let's talk about your feelings. Let's talk, express yourself. So that's what you're going to have to do for yourself. Okay. You're going to have to be your own mother figure. Encourage yourself to begin speaking on your truth. People don't have to believe you. People don't have to agree with you. That's the beautiful thing about truth. Whatever you experience, whatever your truth is, it's yours. You don't need agreement from other people. You don't need someone else to validate your existence. You just are. You just experience. It just is. And sometimes when you share these experiences, it helps other people to understand their path. And sometimes when people begin to understand their path through you sharing, it creates so much anxiety within them because they're recognizing they're living a lie. So what happens? It triggers cognitive dissonance, which then causes them to attack you for being the bearer of truth. And that's fine. Pisces is a good swimmer. Swim away. Just keep swimming. Swim away. Okay? Let's get you guys a couple more cards. What's going on with this solar storm? In particular, what do we need to be ready for? So we're going to be cocooning ourselves. We're pulling it back, our energy. We're entering a temple of black obsidian for the dark healing chamber. We're allowing the brother in darkness to help us overcome negative energy with feminine power. We're creating ancient tantra of the soul using scales of balance. What else do we need to prepare for, soul? Because it feels like a lot of intense stuff coming. Let's see. Oh, this is some good stuff. Card number 15, Elixir of Life. There you are, sitting, smelling the roses. It's almost like a very romantic way of showing you how to avoid. Avoidance isn't always like lack of evolution, lack of maturity. Some people would say that, oh, if you block someone, you're so immature. Why can't you face your problems? Well, no. If you've identified this person or this circumstance as toxic, there's no point in continuing to expose yourself to the toxicity. That's stupidity. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's radioactive. Let me keep touching it. Let me keep touching it just to prove that, oh, this part right here is more radioactive than this part. Like, no. Okay, it's radioactive. I'm out. I'm out. Bye. So that's kind of what you need to do. Stop and smell the roses on your way out. If it is toxic, you're out. Okay? You're just out. What you should have in your hand is your growth, not something toxic. We're not holding on to toxic things anymore. Now, not only are we not holding on to toxic things, we're celebrating the growth that we are experiencing. Card number 10, Flower Spirit. Allow yourself to become a fragrant essence that brings all the bees to the yard. Bees can stand for anything. I don't know. That just, you're going to bring all the bees to the yard, okay? This is really a call for Pisces to step up their willingness to be experienced by others. And this is not necessarily a sexual, romantic type thing. This is about allowing yourself to finally begin existing in your authenticity. A flower is not ashamed of the way it smells. It's not ashamed of its fragrant petals, the softness of those petals. In fact, some flowers even come equipped with thorns. Are roses ashamed of their thorns? No. You mishandle that delicate rose, you will catch the thorns. As a matter of fact, I just got reminded, you guys. I went on a trip and I found this. This was just like on the shelf, and Michael goes, look over there. And I looked and I saw this. It says attitude adjuster. So I'm just saying, if you want to act, if you want to act up, we got to adjust your attitude. Okay. So allow yourself to just embrace the flower that you are. Allow yourself to attract the birds and the bees that have come to drink of your nectar, your sweetness. That's why you exist. You are like the sweet nectar of life for some people. Okay? And then finally, get rid of all those layers of pretense. Just get rid of that. Card number 7, pure nature. Allow yourself to be fully embraced in the softness that you are. There is no rule that tells you have to be a certain way. It actually takes more courage, more strength to exist in a soft state in such a harsh world. Allowing yourself to be seen as soft, like the petals of roses, that is a call to rebellion. You are very courageously rebelling against the very paradigm that's been forcing us to confine ourselves to only one way of being, which pulls this in. Scales of balance. Allow yourself to balance between the petals and the thorns. Okay? If you come equipped with both, allow both to be equally showcased and appreciated. There's nothing that says you have to only be one way. And if someone is telling you can't be this, you only can be this way, fuck out of here. Who do you think you're talking to? I'm just saying, who do you think you're talking to? That's one of my pet peeves is when people say the only way to do something and then they list their list of stuff. No, that's not the only way. That's not the only way to find yourself. That's not the only way to do anything. Get you more cards, Pisces. So, we all need a paddle. Mental paddle. So that when people try and do this to you, you can spank them at your thoughts. Oh, see, lots of shit's about to happen. And someone just told me earlier that we entered into Cancer. That's why we're so emo right now. Let us see. I need the book for this one. I need the book for this. Card number 32. I feel my heart pounding. 8th house, from my rotting body, flowers shall grow, and I am in them, and that is eternity. This is where it all goes dark and becomes mysterious. Do you guys feel this? It's like this theme of darkness during a solar storm. What the fuck? Oh my God. Okay. In astrology, the 8th house represents a long, dark night before light comes, where a new dawn is on its way, but you need to grapple with the darkness and the unknown a while longer. Okay. When this card turns up in a spread, the meaning is clear. You're in a period of great transformation. Well, you may be evaluating your life's choices, and the need for change is great. Something that's been in your life for a long time crumbles like a tower. Oh my God. Let's see. What is this about? So it corresponds to the 9 of Swords in the tarot deck. It's about legacies, dangers, the occult, debt. You're not indebted to anyone. I want to tell you that right now, Pisces. You owe nobody nothing. That's one of the things that Pisces really suffers through as well. This feeling of indebtedness. You feel like you owe people something. If someone is nice to you, you suddenly owe them something. No, you don't. And this was a very difficult lesson for me to learn. You don't owe anyone anything, not even your parents. What you owe is for yourself to be your authentic self. What you owe is to allow people to witness you being the gift that you naturally are. So no more trying to repay and oh, they did this for me. And no. They promised on a soul level at some point they were going to do this for you in this life. That debt was never existing. That was a mutually beneficial agreement. Take that in. It was a mutually beneficial agreement made on a soul level. You owe nobody nothing except for yourself. That's the only one you owe something to. You owe yourself the gift of truly living, experiencing every emotion in every circumstance with every single person that you need to experience these things with. The one thing you can't be running away from, you can't be avoiding, is how you feel. And we need to do away with this misconception that we are too sensitive and we feel too deeply. We don't feel too deeply. We are deep people who feel in a very superficial, shallow matrix. We are not fundamentally flawed. Okay, Pisces? We are not fundamentally flawed. Because we feel, we know we exist. It's a reminder of the fact that we exist. We are an embodiment of truth. Your truth, no one else's. So allow this to just kind of sink in. Nine of Swords. I got my thoughts. I got my thoughts. Let me not get aggressive. Let me just calm down. There's a time and a place for everything. Right now, we should not be getting aggressive. Card number 16. Cancer, I feel. Ooh. Oh my God, that's deep. What was I just talking about? Look, the quote is, your feelings are your God. The soul is your temple. Wow. Wow. That's deep. Your feelings are your God. The soul is your temple. Rely upon the wisdom of what you feel right now. Individuals born under the sign of Cancer are mysterious and alluring, just like their ruler, the moon, a solitary orb that floats alone in the night sky. It is still very much in sight. You have a depth of feeling not easily seen, as if in the deepest parts of the ocean, fathoms below the surface, but where there is a great power. This is a period where you might feel reclusive. You might tend to want to hide your feelings and have alternating moods. You might feel emotionally vulnerable and maybe easily wounded. You can be downright touchy, and when feelings are bruised, you can come across as crabby or harsh. That's okay. You're allowed to feel. You're allowed to be your authentic self, have an authentic experience. And people, I am so tired of those of us who are so in tune with our compassion, our divinity, when we get into a verbal altercation with another individual and we allow ourselves to have a genuine moment, a genuine reaction to their behavior, we then later beat ourselves up and like, oh, I know better than this. It wasn't compassionate. Compassionate for whom? For someone who doesn't give a shit about your feelings, who was engaging in mutual verbal combat with you? What about compassion for self, Pisces? What about having enough compassion for yourself that you can see, you know what, that wasn't the best response, but that was a natural, organic reaction. That's what I felt in that moment, and I needed to express myself. I didn't need to carry the burden of those words that person needed to hear coming from me in a way that only I could deliver through emotion, through the words that were chosen. Who needs more compassion? You do. Okay? So, oh, didn't I just say you have to be your own mother? I love this. Okay. Cancer is a sign of the mother, and those ruled by Cancer tend to be overprotective of their offspring, which means they also like to control and take over. So, how this applies to Pisces, if you're going to be a mother figure for yourself, you have to then acknowledge you are caring for your inner child. Now is a time for shadow work, inner child work, allowing that inner child to feel safe. Sometimes a mama got to flex in front of the babies so the babies know my mom will defend me. Like my kids know I will never allow someone to treat you poorly. Never. And they have witnessed me like, what'd you say to my baby? I mean, not like that, but yeah, that type of energy. Like, what? So they know mom is going to defend me. Like, I don't ever have to be afraid. My mom has my back. And you have to have your inner child feeling this way at this point. You need to allow yourself to defend yourself. This whole turning the other cheek, like you're going to slap me. Oh, I'm going to turn my other cheek. You have to cock my hand back with my motherfucking attitude adjuster paddle so I can spank that ass, put you back in line. No more allowing people to abuse the beauty of who and what you are. And I'm not speaking rooted in like scientific, factual research, psychological research, any of that. This is just a gut feeling that I have, okay? And I might be wrong, and that's perfectly okay, but this is my feeling. I feel like narcissists have a tendency to want to target Pisces. Fuck that shit. No more of that. No more of that. Okay? No more of that. No more of, I don't want to be mean. Well, you know what? There's a little child inside you that needs you to bring that mama bear out at this point. This is the point of your journey where you bring that mama bear out and you claw down whatever the fuck is threatening that inner child. Is this asking you to be at war with everyone? No. This is asking you to draw a line in the sand and enforce that boundary. Because behind you is a scared little child needing their mama bear to come out or their papa bear to come out and defend them. Okay? So card number 2. Oh, wait. Hold on. Okay. Card number 2, Moon, Soul. You're going through phases. Phases. Okay. All things must come to the soul from its roots, from where it's planted. Where are you planted, though? Do you know? Are you aware what soil you occupy? Because again, Pisces, for the most part, not everyone, but for the most part, majority of Pisces, your entire life, you've been buried. Layer after layer after layer, person after person after person, burying you deeper and deeper and deeper. And you're so suffocated by this soil. What are you buried in? Have you lived an existence where it's nothing but people just putting layer after layer of shit? Layer after layer of shit. And the time is 8:44. That's a beautiful number. That's a beautiful number. And it's a beautiful thing to be able to recognize that this has been done to you. Layer after layer of shit, burying you. Burying you. Because you know why it's beautiful? Shit is fertilizer. Shit is the stuff that grows the plants. So this whole time you've been thinking people are doing this to you. They're doing this for you. They're serving your growth. Regardless of whatever their intention is, whatever they think they've been able to get away with, they were serving you. They were serving your growth. So release the need to be angry, the need to convince yourself that you have to forgive, because forgiveness, that's another part of this fucking screwed up paradigm that we exist within. It's a draconian paradigm that we exist within. Forgiveness is just another low-key attempt to control, to dominate, to create a victim and aggressor type of system dynamic between individuals. When you recognize no one is doing anything to you, they're doing it for you. Whether you understand what it is that they're doing for you or not is irrelevant, because you will understand once you develop enough emotionally, mentally, spiritually, you will at some point understand what it was they were doing for you. Even the people who abused you, they were doing something for you on a soul level. Okay? It doesn't make it okay, but it helps you to understand. And so when you see it in that way, they're doing something for you to grow you in a way that only they can assist you with. There's no longer a victim. There's no longer a need for forgiveness. Because in order to be able to forgive someone, you have to be able to convince yourself you've been victimized, that you are so powerless and someone else dominated you, when in actuality, you handed that power over. I've had a lot of fucked up shit happen to me in my life. At no point was I ever a victim. Every single circumstance that has happened in my life, I have been a participant. Whether consciously or not, I have participated in lessons that's grown me and strengthened me in ways that only that circumstance could. So do I have to forgive someone who abused me for so long? No. As a matter of fact, high five, motherfucker, you made me this strong. You couldn't break me as a child. You're not gonna fucking break me now. Thank you. That's how I see it. You don't need my forgiveness. You don't. Not forgiving someone doesn't mean you're not moving forward. It means you're no longer participating in that paradigm of victimhood. That's what that means. So card number 2, moon, soul. All things must come to the soul from its roots, from where it's planted. This is you pulling up all the shit that you've been covered with. Time is 8:48. These numbers speak to me like, damn. So, transmutation. You are transmuting the shit into the nutrients, the very thing that grows you, that amplifies your power, that accelerates your ability to rise up higher to the light of your truth. That's all that is. That's all that is. Allow yourself to begin rising. What does your gut say? The moon asks. This card is all about mystery, feeling, and hidden messages. The moon is receptive. It governs intuition and self-protection. Its placement by sign and house indicate those areas to which we are the most emotional or sensitive. The moon represents what is felt instinctively and what is at the core of our emotions. Let's see. This card indicates fluctuations in your life. The moon changes signs every 2.5 days. So 12 different moon combinations mean great variations. Oh, that's so deep. 12 different moon combinations mean great variations. Are there not 12 tribes? That's deep. Were there not 144,000 that were prophesied to come and assist? 12 times 12 is 144. Tenfold. Wow. Maybe what saves you is not 144,000 individuals outside of you. Maybe that's the reclamation of the 144,000 fractals of self that you've given away to so many other people as gifts. And it's time to reclaim it. Maybe. Maybe every single one of you is a savior unto yourself. Maybe you're your own Messiah. Maybe it's time to rise up in frequency high enough that you can once again tap into your divinity, which is in your 9th chakra, which is your Christ consciousness, which is at the back of your head, base of your skull. I'm just saying. I am just saying, this is some deep shit. When this card turns up in a reading, all is not as it seems because something is being obscured. You may feel you've lost your direction or that you don't have all of the information to go forward. There's much you are sensing, but you may be hesitant to act. It may look as if it's difficult to cut through the fog to get to the real truth of any situation. That's very interesting because Pisces has a fire within them. They can tap into the fire signs. We can tap into all the signs. So fog dissipates through heat. I was just in California and the fog was thick, but as soon as the sun got to a certain position, it burned up all the fog and it was clear, and it happened fairly quickly. So maybe this solar storm is the solar energy you need to burn up that fog. Interesting. And that's very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Hold on. Let's see. Ooh, the High Priestess. All right. Hold on, guys. I keep getting messages. I'm not sure what the message is, though, because it keeps cutting in and out. Let me get this card. Maybe Soul can give me the message through the Rumi cards. All right, Pisces. I'm just saying. This is getting deeper and deeper. Oh my God. So, wow. I forgot to tell you guys, I have a retreat coming up, end of September time. We're going to be looking deep into ourselves. I mean, I may mess around a lot on my live streams, but I'm actually an extremely deep thinker. And this is going to be a very, very amazing opportunity for you to begin practicing swimming in much deeper waters than you're accustomed to. So if you're interested in joining, this is an in-person retreat, just go to my website, meevolving.com. The retreat is on the homepage. I have very limited spots left, okay, guys? Very, very limited. All right, let's get this message. Oh, what? I'm told 2 cards. That makes me nervous. All right. Ooh. Card number 42, Dance of the Divine Feminine. Oh, shit. What's that? Ooh, they're both in the same position. What the hell? Okay. Let's get the card. Card number 42. All right. Dance of the Divine Feminine. If a tree could move from one place to another, it would not suffer the pain of the saw or the oppressive wounds. If the sun and the moon stood still like the rocks, they could not offer brilliance. How bitter the taste of water would be if the river stopped its flow, remaining still like seawater. Seawater rises to become a cloud. It loses its bitterness and pours the rain of sweetness. I have given you only a few examples. You can figure out the rest. Break away from the self and enter the kingdom of love. How can your feet bear to be still when the music is so lush and inviting? How can you hold yourself back from the tide of love when the horizon looms so vast and exciting? How can you not arc your back and respond with ecstasy to the lover's touch, saying in absolute submission, yes, more? You are made to move and grow, to love and flow. Even mountains change. Surrender the stodgy ways of the mind and become willing to dance to the great orchestrations of love. You may feel unsettled, as though the ground beneath you is not so solid. You may touch it to see, is it moving? Of course. It's hurtling through the skies, spinning, tilted on its axis. It's amazing you aren't passed out on the floor in utter dizziness. Yet you stand there imagining you have a choice of not moving. What funny foolishness. Let us laugh about it together. How can you even imagine it only through some misplaced fear? It is such a small craziness, really. You can cast it off, that small crazy fear. Let it return to the Earth Mother to become fertilizer for the far grander and more exciting insanity of divine love instead. Give up that tiny insanity in favor of the greater craziness of love. You cannot be unmoved by it. The rhythm of life will get you shaking your hips eventually. How could you not become entranced by the gleaming dance floor shimmering with possibility and invitation? This oracle comes to you with guidance. Your life may feel as though it's being tipped upside down. Perhaps you feel as though the great beloved in a feisty mood has grabbed your ankles, is holding you upside down and shaking you wildly until your skirt is over your head, or the pockets of your pants become freed of their contents, keys and wallets, dropping to the floor in disarray. Your hair is messy, your bottom is in the air, and your sense of orientation is nowhere to be found. Blood is rushing to your head, and goodness knows you just want to be put down to have a moment to come to your senses. So the beloved will give you that gift, but don't imagine it will last for too long. The great beloved esteems you capable of so much more than being sure-footed and sensible. You are capable of more than stumbling while inspired by the music of the spheres. Soon you'll be able to find your orientation, even if everything you have once held on to appears to be shimmering and insubstantial, a mere dance of light rather than solid ground. This becomes so easy for you because your orientation will flow from within, from the heart, and no matter what shifts and changes take place around you, your center will remain strong. This is what the beloved wants for you. Such peace and relief it shall bring to you. So right now, you're being shifted. You're being shifted in such a way that's going to cause a lot of discomfort, a lot of quiet discomfort, and it's okay. It's a part of your recognition of your movement, your growth. You're growing, Pisces. You're growing. You're growing taller. You're growing wider and broader. You're also growing deeper. A tree doesn't just grow taller. The roots go much deeper. Okay? So the growth is happening in all directions, and it really pulls you from your comfort zone, and that's okay. It's okay to feel uncomfortable. It's okay for you to begin to question and wonder and feel a little bit afraid. That's okay. All of that will pass and you'll continue to grow. And as you grow, you'll become accustomed to your new place. And then it'll be amazing for you. It'll just be amazing. But you need time to adjust, so be gentle, be patient with yourself. All right, your next card number 34, Layla. Put aside your clever schemes. O lover, be mindless, become mad. Dive into the heart of the flame. Become fearless. Be like a moth. Turn away from the self and tear down the house. Then come and dwell in the house of love. Be a lover. Live with lovers. Clean your chest from all hostility, wash it 7 times, then fill it with the wine of love. Be a chalice for love, be a chalice. You must be all love to be worthy of the beloved. When going to the gathering of drunks, be a drunk, become drunk. Your thought takes a course dragging you in its wake, move beyond thought. Let your heart lead, be the leader. When the grace of love is revealed, be a mirror to reflect it. When the beloved's hair is loosened, brush it like a comb. Be a comb. How I long for my thoughts to no longer make any sense to me. Then I can be rid of them like noisy house guests who have overstayed their welcome. Oh, the peace when they finally go. Their incessant chatter brings me no comfort. I crave the silence of you. Will you let me hear it? Will you run through the noisy house of my mind with your great muddy feet so that I can focus on something other than my mind for a while? Maybe you can make such a mess that I shall give up my plans and attempts at order completely. Just give in for a change. It's time for that. To give up my ridiculous fantasies of perfection, useless, noisy, irritating, demanding, and yet deadening perfection. I'd rather just be alive. I want to plant my head in the earth, in the same mud that sticks to your feet, and breathe in her rich soil smell. I want to feel her heart beating in the quiet movements of the roots of the plants as they stretch and grab and stop my ears with her fertile dirt. Finally gaining peace from the constant infernal racket of thoughts no longer wanted. This is us. This is Pisces. We can just be. We no longer have to live according to whatever weird shit people think we should be. We no longer have to do that. This is your soul, not just giving you permission, but asking you to allow yourself to just be the beautiful mess that you are. People always say how Pisces is so messy and they never finish anything and they're just always off in their minds. It's a beautiful thing to be lost there. Such a beautiful thing, words that are used to paint pictures. Beautiful paintings of things that the human mind, in its limited understanding, finds difficult to accept. Get lost in that. There's nothing wrong with being lost in yourself. And maybe these people who say these things about Pisces and have these condemnations about all of this that make us who we are the very people who wish they were brave enough to allow themselves to release the shackles around their minds, their hearts, and their souls so that they too can wander in their own creations. But they're not brave enough. And that's okay. That's okay for them to think these things, to have these judgments and condemnations about you, because you know what? They're just not ready to admit to themselves they wish they could be as free as you are. And eventually they will. And you might not be around to see it, and that's okay, because you don't need them to validate the gift that you know yourself to be. Every single person that comes across your path is being gifted with a message of truth from their own soul, delivered by you, whether you're aware or not. You are delivering messages to so many souls that you come across. So now is a time for you to allow this solar energy, as fucked up as the energy feels, let it get hot enough to burn up the fog. You need to see with clarity as you sit in that dark healing chamber. Obsidian is a very grounding, protective stone. It's time for you to ground and protect. Absolutely time. Do not allow anyone into your space that threatens your peace. There is nothing spiritually evolved about martyrdom. Nothing. Nothing at all. Jesus didn't even martyr himself. Think on that. Really, truly think on that. He didn't allow himself to go without and be punished for no reason. He traveled and stood as a testament to self-love. Self-love by taking care of himself and encouraging and inspiring other people to care for themselves and each other. And whether Jesus was a Pisces or not, to me, that's irrelevant. It's the heart of his message that we have to remember. There are so many people that will come across you, Pisces. And for some of those people, you will be the only sign of divinity they'll ever experience in their life. What are you teaching them? Are you teaching them about martyrdom? Or are you showing them about love, the truth of love that first begins by loving yourself? And in loving yourself and allowing others to witness this self-love, you empower them to begin to love themselves too. And that's how we heal the world. It was never a war. It was never something that we were going to rise up against. The rising is internal. It was rising up against the very things that we kept doing to push ourselves down. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's do this. This is going to be an interesting couple weeks. This is going to be an interesting couple weeks. Indeed. Indeed. Make sure you take time to sit quietly. You don't have to be in full lotus position with like whatever soundtrack, meditation soundtrack and yoga pants. Okay. You don't got to. Excuse me. You can even do it right before you go to bed. When you're laying in bed and your thoughts are still racing. Take that time to just be quiet. Let your mind take you to wherever it needs to go. Stop trying to control. Fully submit to the current of your life's river. Allow that current to take you wherever it needs you to go in that moment. And right before you fall asleep, you'll be exactly where you need to be. So when you do go to sleep, chances are it's not going to be sleep. It's going to be astral work, and you're going to be primed to self-heal while you're sleeping. Now is a beautiful, beautiful time for you guys. Beautiful, beautiful time for all of us to begin healing ourselves. Beautiful time. So thank you guys so much for sharing this space with me. I'm going to continue doing readings. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me every single time I'm live. Give this video a thumbs up. Visit me on all my other social media platforms across the board. I am evolving. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I'm on a TikTok. I haven't posted much on there, but I'm still on there. So I will see you guys again very, very soon. Come back. I'm doing more readings tonight. So thank you guys. Love you. Bye.